says okay.
Good to go, all right.
Okay. Back in regular session for the purpose of ratifying 3 contracts. Mr. Yule.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I happily say I move to ratify the contracts between Town of North Reading and the North Reading Library Staff Association Local 4928 AFT, AFT-MAS, AFL-CIO for the period of July 1, 2010 through June 30th, 2011, and the period of July 1, 2011 to June 30th, 2014.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Yule, seconded by Mr. O'Leary. Discussion. Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Unanimous. Mr. Yule.
Yes. Mr. Chairman, I move to ratify the contracts between the Town of North Reading and the North Reading Superior Officers Association for the period of July 1, 2010 through June 30th, 2011, and the period of July 1, 2011 to June 30th, 2014.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Yule, seconded by Mr. O'Leary. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Mr. Yule.
Mr. Chairman, I move to ratify the contracts between the Town of North Reading and the North Reading Administrative Staff for the period of July 1, 2010 through June 30th, 2011, and the period of July 1, 2011 to June 30th, 2014.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Yule, seconded by Mr. O'Leary. Further discussion?
No, but I'd just like to comment on all 3 before we adjourn.
You may. On the motion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Mr. Delaney.
These 3 contracts that we just ratified give this community savings on an annual basis and a long-term basis. And so I want to thank each and every union and all the employees that these 3 contracts affect because of their concessions with annual sick leave buyback and end-of-career buybacks such as sick leave and also their longevity bonus concessions. I think this was, so far, this has been a terrific year to negotiate these contracts, and I wish to thank each and every employee of the town that has ratified in their individual groups these contracts. Significant savings on an annual basis or a reduction in cost on an annual basis and long-term savings for this community. So, thank you.
Thank you, Sean. I'd just like to comment that I'd like to thank the town administrator and board members that participated in the negotiations to get through this. Any contract negotiation is not a simple, easy job, and there's give and take on both sides, and I think we've at least reached a point where we've come up with amicable agreements for both on the town and union side. I look forward to working with our employees as we proceed into fiscal 2012.
Mr. Chair, yes. I too have to share the same sentiment. These are tough economic times that we are going through, and every union that has come forward thus far, and I believe each union that will follow, understands the circumstances that we are in. And I commend everybody involved in the negotiations. Our TA has done a superb job. The board has done a superb job. The unions have done a superb job. I think we all understand now that the savings that these contracts are giving us put us in a long-term, stronger position than we have been in for some time. So thank you to everyone, and that's it.
Just concur with everything that's been said, and also like to just specifically add that, you know, from my vantage point, having sat in for a number of years and sat in negotiations over a number of years, a lot of the concessions that were made by the collective bargaining units and the unions were benefits that they've enjoyed for a significant number of years, and concessions that they really mean something to the current membership, but also for the taxpayers going forward, with any new hires, significant savings to the townspeople and to the taxpayers. And I know it wasn't easy for the unions to, look at these benefits that they've enjoyed over the years and give them up. But they also came to the table with very realistic expectations and worked very hard with us to come to these agreements. And I certainly appreciated it with the ones that I participated in, and for the other members who sat here too and participated. A very different atmosphere this year, and they came to the table knowing full well that concessions had to be made and they had to be realistic in their expectations, and I think that they met the challenge, and I really appreciate their efforts.
Thank you, Steve. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Mr.
Yes,
Yule,
yes, Mr. Chairman, I move that we adjourn for the evening.
I'll second that.
motion by Mr. Yule, second by Mr. O'Leary. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?